Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions. Welcome to your Sun Sign Love Connection readings for today. Today is February 12th, 2021. So not quite halfway through the month. But today for the featured sun sign will be Pisces, the 12th sign of the zodiac on the 12th. With the moon in your sign. It was interesting this time around, this month, basically all of my featured signs, which is simply like as I go around my astrology wheel in order, has had the moon in their sign. So there's that extra little, energy for them of kind of resonance that they feel, because it's the energy of who they are, who they represent. And so for those that are new, welcome. I greatly appreciate you taking the time. For those that are coming back, I absolutely appreciate you. And I can't go a day without thanking you for your comments and your subscribing and your likes, because that's what's keeping my channel consistently able to, do uploads and bring the information to you, because it's my jam, as they say. I love it. And I'm grateful to be here with you. So very grateful. So thank you for that. So let's pick this highlighted connection for Pisces. And then what that means, for those that are new, I'm a psychic tarot reader of about 30 plus years, but my main thing is I love the connections and the compatibility with all the different astrology signs I've studied since I was 12, and just have such a fascination for and love to share and teach you about. And so for the highlighted of the day, which I said I picked up one featured, I always know what that is, the highlighted I do right in front of you. Today, for the beautiful sign of Pisces, your highlighted will be Capricorn. Let me double check. I don't believe it was done last, because if it was, and generally, like I say, the day before, if it was the highlight, I don't do it. I know that didn't happen. I just want to do this in front of you really quickly and let you know what the last ones have been, if there's like a theme you're going through. The last one was under the bonus readings, which happened at the end of the month, was with Libra, Pisces, and then the other was with Aries. And then that was mid-month. And then January was Pisces and Pisces. So you're good. You've got Capricorn. And I love it, because I love the complementary energies between the earth elements and the water. It's a constant. It's a beautiful, harmonious, different but very, very complementary energy for you too. So I will be talking a little bit about that. I then read 3 specific categories for this highlighted connection, and then I finish with 3 beautiful oracle divination messages and guidance that I think is so potent and so beautiful and encouraging and uplifting, which is what my channel is about. So if you are a Pisces that's saying, can't think of a specific connection I have with Capricorn, just hold tight, because these oracle messages can pertain to all Pisces and every single connection you have, because we all have a lot of different connections on different levels in different ways. And this way I wanted to include and make it, so that everybody got a message of some sort. So Pisces, beautiful, beautiful Pisces, water element, very, very compassionate, very ultra sensitive, very nurturing, very feminine, internal kind of energy that wants to help. And just, as I said, you're the 12th sign, right? So a lot of times people are like, when are you going to read my featured sign? But not you. You're cool. Like, you're okay with your patient. You're like, it's okay. I'll be read eventually. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm not going to worry about it. You're that kind of personality. You tend to just like want to have things as easy as possible. You're very gentle many times. You are very impressionable, because you tend to take on, as a mutable sign, a lot of different people's energies and, personalities. It's kind of like a chameleon, I always say, and it's quite amazing the way you can do that. And I attribute it a lot to 2 things. Being mutable means that you can be adaptable, just like that. One quick moment, please. I'm thinking, because I just saw the cloud go down, I am going to add that light and hope that it helps. Thank you so much. Anyway, yes, so you've got that ability with the mutable aspect, coupled with the fact that you're more modern, ruling planet is Neptune, and Neptune happens to be in your sign. It has been for a while, and it will be for quite so many years to come. And Neptune is the planet of the god of underground, you know, undersea. Neptune, just the unseen, unknown necessarily, kind of mystic and secretive and sometimes deceptive, because we're not really sure if we're seeing what we're hearing or hearing what we're seeing is true, and all the things that have really been very prominent in the last year or so, at least, I would say. And so that's a big part of who your personality is. You're incredibly creative, one of the most creative signs. You're artistic. You utilize that beautiful Neptunian kind of energy to your favor, you know, and you like to be very, very, creative and original and in all different mediums, and it's beautiful. And don't mistake me when I say that, you know, you're this fragile, beautiful. You're fragile, and you're very, you know, you take on people's pain and everything. You can feel very, very deeply. You're very empathic a lot of times, and it's a sensitivity that keeps you needing to kind of remove yourself from certain circumstances, maybe big crowds a lot of times. You know, it can be overwhelming. It's essential that Pisceans have time for recharging, if you will, their energies, and just allowing that quiet time. You actually revel in it. It's a beautiful thing for you, and it's a time when you can be very creative and manifest the way you do, because you're extremely good at manifesting. So anyway, that's a beautiful thing. I think that a lot of you are very gentle and very, you know, sometimes taken advantage, like people think you mistake your kindness for weakness, I guess the saying is. Not so true though. Oh my gosh, no. I've met Pisceans that, once again, they've got that, you know, duality to them. So when they're strong and they're feeling confident, and they tend to run their own businesses, and are very self-assured, very intelligent. They can work with the best of them. They can work alone. Don't underestimate the strength of a Pisces though, you know, and don't cross them too many times, all right? You know, fool them once, shame on you. Fool them twice, I guess you know how that ends. So yeah, but you know, good-hearted. I mean, they want to be of service. They want to help. That's their first initial soul gut thing or feeling that they have in general. And you know, moody at times, sure. I mean, they're water, and they're, like I said, the sensitivity can get to them. They take on a lot. But you know, they're just beautiful, beautiful, caring souls, and they are old souls. They're known as the old soul of the zodiac. They definitely have this incredible side to them that you can't really mistake. It's this kind of mystique and spiritual aspect to them, like they've been here before. They just kind of know things sometimes. They don't even know why, and they just have that beautiful, their eyes are usually, most water signs have these beautiful, you know, dreamy eyes that you look into. They're kind of glassy or watery, and you're just like, wow, that's awesome, and they kind of lure you in. But yeah, it's a gorgeous time. And let me just say for you, Pisces, a little more astrology, and then I'll move on. You have all of these predominant energies of Aquarius, like from our new moon yesterday, which will last for some time now. The ideas of moving forward, breaking free, innovation, thoughts, information, confirmation of communication, you know, all different forms of communication, justice, fairness, equilibrium, equality, compromise, all the things that are so important are going to be predominant for many years to come now. And I know that we're seeing that, we're trying to work through it. There's always going to be a little bit of a mishmash before you get to where you need to go, right? That's how it works. But you have the predominance of Aquarius in your 12th house. You ruled the 12th house, the subconscious, the undoing. You know, there's this kind of confinement kind of thing that happens in our minds, and the need to release, of course, is there. Sometimes we don't want to, but we need to understand better about how good it can be to do so. It's a karmic kind of a thing, but you have Aquarius in that for the entire year. And then, of course, Jupiter will go into your sign next year, and you'll get a taste of that from May to July. But my point is that with Aquarius in your 12th house, which is kind of your resonance anyway, it's where you reside generally, it's all about that. It's very much about the mind. You know, you're more feeling when it comes to your life and how you resolve things and how you look at the world. But it's going to be more in your mind. There's going to be dreams you're going to be seeing and trying to, decode, if you will, because a lot of information is going to come through. You're very, very psychic, and that's generally how a lot of your brilliant ideas, your artistry comes through. So try to keep track. I have a Pisces rising, and my dreams have been very, very much more filled, and I'm still having days that I can't quite remember, but through the day I feel them, and I get little glimpses, and I'm like, oh, I'd like to remember. So I'm going to work on that and ask that I have more clarity on that, but I'm sure you'll be feeling that. And with Jupiter in the 12th house, in addition to all the other planets of Aquarius, like specifically now, and Venus, it's just going to be this incredible time where you can just release and feel so healed from past wounds, and past lives, or whatever it is that's caused you to prevent things from really happening for you, and being able to express yourself to the fullest, maybe being more reserved in the past, whatever it is, that's coming out, and it's gorgeous. And I'm really excited for you. And like I said, it's always preparatory when you're the next sign to have Jupiter and majority of planets in it. It's going to be in anyone's 12th house, so they have a time to review and kind of let go and start fresh, right? So you have that, and it's wonderful. So then you have your highlighted connection with Capricorn. It's beautiful. Now, Capricorn is the earth sign. We had a ton of planets in Capricorn last year. And for a lot of people that, were not water, it would be more what they call a square. There was more challenges. Of course, everything can happen, and there was obviously good things. But last year was a little bit of a funky time. Even for the people making a lot of money and all the things that were going well, there was still some major changes that they had to adapt to. And I think everybody did an extremely good job considering. And Capricorn actually had some beautiful planets in their sign, the Jupiter. So I think a lot of them had opportunities that started, even if they couldn't get them going. The ideas were there, the momentum, the spirit, the guidance was there. So it's happening for sure right now. And then that can happen for another 12 years because Jupiter was in their sign. So that's what happens to each of us. And we have that chance to really do amazing things that can transform our life for good. Certainly relationships can come into play. And the two of you are so beautiful together. You really help each other out so much. Capricorn is so grounded and so into, the practical, secure aspects. They love success. They're cardinal. They're doers and movers. And you can be very busy. Sometimes you're a workaholic. I'm not going to lie, Pisces. You definitely just like to try a lot of things. You're devoted. When it's something you love, you don't want to stop. It doesn't even seem like work. And this, too, is such a beautiful balance. So the cardinal aspect of Capricorn, coupled with Saturn, which is also in Aquarius right now and will be the whole year, that's the taskmaster, right? That's what keeps us on track. So important, because as a water sign or air sign or whatever, a lot of times we have these ideas, but then we just get sidetracked. There's a lot of distractions, this and that. Saturn's there to keep us on the ball, and we're so grateful for that in the end, even though it may seem a little harsh and like, but I wanted to go there or do this. No, you can't do that yet. But it's rewarded. It's rewarded so well at the end for this discipline. And I feel like a lot of Pisceans have the discipline. And you're going to get that beautiful support and grounded energy with this Capricorn influence in your life. And they're there to love, and they want to help, and they're extremely loyal. And they work a lot. So that's something you can accept or not. But I think the two of you probably work together, to be honest. And there's just unbelievable possibilities and potential. So there's been many, many beautiful readings. I hope that yours is. I would love to get to that because I am excited about the messages. And I think all of the influence from yesterday, which was definitely about love. Yesterday was supposed to be one of the luckiest days in addition to the new moon in Aquarius. It had so much about love. Mending, repairing. We're in a Mercury retrograde still till the 20th. Just a couple days after your season starts, Pisces. So things are really going to start moving forward, and already have in my life. I don't know. I could share some stuff. It's pretty remarkable. I wrote down intentions. I always invite everybody to do that. It's very powerful. We have such incredible power to make things happen in our lives. I just like to remind people every chance I can, because yeah, we don't have control over everything, and never claim that. I'm not predicting your future per se, but I can tell you, you can control your thoughts, you can control how these energies work with you. You can utilize them or not. This is a beautiful time to utilize them though. So I love this for the two of you. And let's read the three major categories. The first being the overall energy. The catalyst bringing you to this, how your relationship is fending at this time. And I always say, this is a sun sign reading. The day you're born, the month you're born, the personality, the sun affecting us, first house, all about you, your desires, your ego, your interests, what you believe you want your life to be, and how you want to go, and what direction, and with whom. But I do want to say, and I mentioned this now, which I should have probably mentioned before, if you have, for example, because we're doing the featured sign of Pisces today, if you have a moon or rising or Venus or Mercury in Pisces, you're going to feel the same effects as you would in having the sun sign. There's sometimes more, to be honest. But that's just something to consider. So, yeah, and then the same with Capricorn. If you have any signs, planets, I should say, in Capricorn in your natal chart, for this highlighted reading could very well affect you. There's bits and pieces of all of us. We're so much more than our sun sign. I always say that. But your first beautiful energy, overall message is, boy, there's a lot of repeats. Unbelievable, but totally understandable, because that's the kind of energy that's happening for us. You have the, it's just the Ace of Chalice. This is so incredibly beautiful. This is you, Pisces. This is you in all your glory, feeling your energy, feeling your power, feeling the resonance. And then, like I said, you have the moon in your sign too, and that's the internal, that's the you, that's where you operate. And you do your best to recognize your higher power, your gifts, your intuition, your prophetic, extrasensory perceptions. It's just something that, you were born with, we all were born with, but I think you in particular really have this extra, potent gift that way, and you share it with others. You're never greedy. You always want others to know that they too can utilize this. You sense their needs, you feel their pains. And this is about beginnings, boy. If ever there were a beginning, it's an ace, and what do you want to do? The cup is there. You're being offered something new. And let me just share with you, Pisces, I have a Pisces rising. I got a call yesterday from one of my sons. Love him so much, offered me a job. I'm not going to go much further than that. I just completely out of the water, like, what? And it sounds really wonderful. So I never say no. I have my massage therapy business. I'm not going to stop right now, but it's just something that you never know. And with the influence of Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus, who also Uranus is in the planet of Taurus for many, many years still, which is about money and ideas and, what's going to make you comfortable and secure, in your lifetime. I don't know. I hope it's something phenomenal or something you're particularly going towards and really gravitating and making happen, because you've got those talents. And then the two of you with the Capricorn and that drive and their steadfastness and their eagerness to succeed, they only think about success, They don't look the other way. They're very determined, and they're very, very beautiful energy. Very, very important energy for you. Something super important happening, no matter what this connection is, like I said. So I'm excited to see that for you. And if you have not subscribed and you would like to, it just takes a moment. It doesn't cost anything. It's very, very supportive to my channel. And YouTube likes it, especially if you like and thumbs up and such. Please do, so you can comment, because I want to know if these messages are resonating. But the second category is always the possible blessings or obstacles for the two of you in this highlighted relationship. And what we have, all the Pisceans and Capricorns, is, I've not pulled this one. This is a beautiful Star Spinner Tarot. I just got this on Christmas, and I'm just loving it. And you have the 10, oh my gosh, the 10 of Wands. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This doesn't surprise me at all, but what I love about it is generally in the Rider-Waite deck, which is one of my first decks I got. I have it upstairs. It's my special deck, and it shows a man with a bandana to cover the sweat, and all these wands, which are fire and ambition and movement and spirit and action on his back, right? Like he's got a load he's been carrying for a while. He's working hard. He has ideas. He has momentum. He's been held back. Certainly things have been delayed in the last year, or with the Mercury retrograde even now. But it's the end. 10 is the new cycle. You've got the ace and then you have the 10. What that means is whatever you've been working so tirelessly and hard on, which both Pisces and Capricorn, excuse me, are so capable of. I see it all the time, 2-3 jobs, it helps them to invigorate. It adds to their, imagination and your artistry and your creativity. And it's time to just realize it's great. You will be rewarded. You're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor without fail, but it's also time to consider maybe delegating some of that. Working a little harder and smarter. If you're older and you're like, yeah, I've been working a lot of years. Last year taught me, without any knowing, or obviously not consciously, that it was time to recognize that, yeah, I have been maybe overdoing it. Maybe my body's aching a little bit now, that could represent the physical as well when it's the wands, because a lot of times it's about the action, Just being careful, watching over yourself, watching over yourselves together, and, doing what you want to do, because I never want to have people stop. Like, I never want to stop. I'll be doing something always, but I just want to say it's just important to just take a chill, relax right now. That's the time anyway. You've got all these ideas. They're not going anywhere, and you're not going to stop your momentum and your, innovative aspects. Not with all these beautiful energies, but just to remember that might be the obstacle. Is just maybe you're just overdoing it just a little bit, and it's time to kind of really sit and talk with each other about how you can ease that up, because that's what that's saying. That's what this new cycle, the new moon, can provide for you. It doesn't mean you're going to lose out. You may even gain. I feel like you can, especially if you're feeling better. That's the best gain of all, our health, right? That is the wealth. And speaking of wealth, the final category is under the category of finances. I mean, this is important to all of us. It is an energy. It is the currency that you feel so well and understand and share with all of us, Pisces. But it's also, necessary, very necessary. We want to feel that comfort, the comforts of life and the earthy aspect, that we can get our hands on and plant those gardens and be in nature and just the down-to-earth stuff. And you have the Four of Wands. Wow. What a beautiful card as well. 4 is about stability. 4 is about structure and success and achievement and comfort. So you have that. And you've worked for that, like I said, overly worked, no doubt. Even if it wasn't physical, the mind was overworking, and that can really affect our physical. You know how that happens. All of a sudden you're not feeling so great, and you're like, oh, that's right. I was fixated on that thought, and it's now gone to my back or my head or my neck. No doubt. As a massage therapist, many people come in with pains in their neck. And I know what that means, so. But yeah, this is it. You are at a place where you can really realize you are definitely being supported. You have worked the work and done the manifesting, whatever it is you need to do, and you're going to be feeling comfortable. You're going to be feeling like you have enough. I think a lot of people have way more than enough. I don't know, this is a general, but just getting this is showing that that guidance is going to be there. Wands is once again about the fiery part of things. Now, what am I going to say? Well, we don't have our next series of eclipses, which are huge, and they're all part of our story and how things unfold, and they're in the series of Gemini, and they come in pairs, every year, every other year they change the sign, and they are in Gemini and Sagittarius, which are phenomenal. But Sagittarius is the fire in you, the fire and the ambition and the motivation, the optimism, making it happen, pointing that arrow, shooting for the stars and achieving. And I feel like that's even starting to actually come through. Although the one from December 21st was it 21st? Gosh, there were so many things happening last year. Could have been the 18th. But regardless, it's still happening. It's still revealing itself. It can go on for 6 months to a year itself. Feeling like you are really, really resonating and doing the right things because you have that beautiful energy and message of, stability. And I love that. And I love your reading. And it's neat because I have not pulled these two centered, the second and third card for anybody yet since I've used this deck. And that says something to me. But I hope it says something to you and you're loving it and you understand it. And give it some time if you don't. Sometimes you don't resonate at all. I hope that you do always, but it takes a day or so sometimes. But I also like to say that when you come back for the mid-month reading, which will start again, but you'll be the last again. I go in the order, of Aries to Pisces for the featured. You may really see that pattern starting in the forward motion from this reading to the mid-month, which is what I can only hope for. Spirit does amazing things, though. I am never surprised anymore at what happens and the way Spirit operates, and it's a lot of times quite funny. Well, let's see what your oracle messages are. So this is for every single beautiful, beautiful Pisces. I appreciate you all so much and what you offer this world. And every single connection you have. This is the Psychic Tarot for the heart. You are very, very, very much in love. You love the idea of love. You're one of the most romantic signs of all. I think that ties inside with that artistry in you and that, creative imagination you have. Yeah. And so, let's see what it says. This is, it's interesting. This beautiful deck has, it follows the chakras depending on what color comes up, and then it breaks down the major arcana, but then it breaks down the different 4 elements depending on the color of the cards. What do you have? Open up. Ooh, I got that one other time with, I think, Aquarius. Maybe not. Don't quote me on that. But open up. Whew, that is such a beautiful, beautiful message to come up with this time, because it's about exactly that. The new moon initiatives, the focus on our mind and information, and you love to talk, Pisces. A lot of you may be introverted, but you absolutely love to communicate on some form. You're amazing writers, all of those things come into play. Open up. It's number 4 again, so there's the second 4, 2 4s is 8, and that's manifestation to its fullest in numerology, and power and abundance. But let's read what it says specifically. Because the red border is the Pentacles. And that is the grounded, that's the Capricorn highlighted, but it could be any one of your, beautiful connections, like I said. And so that's the Cups. I think the Pentacles were before, if I recall. Yes. All right, so number 4. I'll read to you what it says. You can close your eyes, or you can just kind of take a deep breath as you're listening. And it says, the key words: withdrawal, blocks, control, and release. Wow. Well, I'm sorry. I was just going over with you at the beginning the fact that you have predominance with Aquarius in your 12th house, which is blocks of our subconscious, the confinement that happens. It also represents, hospitals, jails, and that sort of thing. Withdrawal, control, and release. So we have all the control we could possibly muster when it comes to our mind and our subconscious. We may not understand, but we have the control to change that, to utilize different methodologies like, yoga or meditation to open that up and release. Sometimes past sorrows cause you withdrawal, both from your emotions and from other people, as a way of preventing further pain, of course. However, this closing up or shutting down prevents a free flow of energy from and to you, interfering with the ability of the universe to fulfill your desires. When this card appears, it suggests that you may have blocked off or closed off your energy field in some way? Have you let sadness or fear prevent you from moving forward into a more satisfying, loving relationships? Release this block energy by working with affirmation, prayers, and spirit guides, which is what you're known for anyway. Maybe you've not tried this, Pisces, and it's time. This is why you're here listening to this message. This is for you. The more you open up your energy field, the sooner you will receive what you desire. Also, watch out for the need to control. For relationships to thrive, that energy must be free-flowing. Like I said, the main claim to fame for a lot of Pisceans are this flowy, they're two fish going in two directions. In water, they're just like, yep, let's do it. And then other ones are like, nope, it's got to be this way. I'm going to be strong. It's a duality. It is. There's that control. Everyone must have the right to self-expression. When you open yourself up, you allow your relationships to grow and evolve, of course. But these are things I just love these messages sometimes because they just really hit home. And I feel like that was very, very synchronistic to who you are, Pisces, and this reading thus far. But then we're going to go on to your second one. I brought this down 2 days ago. I felt like it was necessary. Something came into my mind. My guides were sharing with me. And it's my beautiful relax deck. Because it's time to relax. And a lot of beautiful things come when we're relaxed. We allow that energy to come through. And so I'll pick one specifically for all of you Pisceans again. And this is for you and your connections. And this one is beautiful. I love this right off the bat. It's the lighthouse. And that's right where the ocean is. That's how ships can come and see where they're supposed to come in from the fog, right, of Neptune. The clarity's there with that lighthouse. Light on troubled water. No matter how rough the sea, a lighthouse always shines its light to help guide sailors safely through a storm. We each have our inner light to help us navigate our own troubled waters. Imagine the light floating in the space just beyond your eyes. The more you concentrate on it, the brighter it becomes. Spend a few moments reflecting on it whenever you feel unsure of yourself, and you will never stray far from the right course. I'm sorry, I really am feeling that very strongly for you because it is water, you are water, and it is the light within which you absolutely have in your predominant, as a beautiful water Piscean, that is your gift that, like I said, you've shared with us, and you definitely deserve to have, help guide you. And it was just perfect. I love it. Did you see the picture? I love this picture. There's some fishies and some beautiful, it's just really beautiful illustrated. I've had this deck so many years, but yeah, just some thoughts, some guidance and love and wisdom from the oracles that are old and long, been around a long time. And then the final, of course, category and oracle is a super attractor manifestation, where you manifest the life you want because you feel it into reality. You can think things and feel a different way. You can feel something and think a different way. That doesn't work with the law of attraction. It has to be all congruent, all, and even same energy level, like attracts like, and so forth. And it's beautiful, and it's proven time and time again when we allow it. And it can be so simple, but yeah, this is the control you want. Control those feelings. Control what you truly, truly want. And your message is, this is a beautiful one. It's so full of color and expression like you. I choose to be a super attractor and have unwavering faith in the universe. Yes and yes. That's what's being brought to you. I see beautiful energies beckoning to you to, recognize that you can use them. You have this gift, you have the ability, and it's there for you. There's just nothing but love and divine guidance with us at all times. Just ask for it, look for it, feel it. So yes, thank you so much for tuning in. I always appreciate you, as I said, and I just want you to take extremely good care. Come back for the mid-months if you so choose. And until next time, thank you and bye for now.